Welcome back, everybody, to our next episode of Russian Fishing 4. The tutorials of how to, how to fish, how to have fun with this game, how to bring the most enjoyment that we can out of it. So, excuse me, when we left off, we were learning the basics of float fishing. And as I've been working on my main account, I discovered something that was quite interesting. I watched a fellow Russian Fishing 4 YouTuber, and I was surprised because I had ignored this fish for so long. But catching bleak, if you can catch marker bleak, which is very common over at Whiny Rivulet, you get about anywhere from 1 to 4 silver for each of them. And since we're just starting out, we're level 6, and silver is very much appreciated as it is needed for everything. I thought and we're still kind of in the process of float fishing here. I thought that would be the next place for us to go ahead and keep working on our float fishing and making some money so we can get to our float rods, or not float rods, but our bottom feeder rods. As you can see, if we go here, this is typically the best place to go. Tackle store just tells you about that here. But if we go to the rods and we go to the kits, and we go to feeder fishing starts 149 silver. And when you come in here, it's really a basic setup gear for bottom fishing. And then I was looking at this the other day, and this setup isn't too bad either. This will take you all the way up probably until well, by the time you get to Oldberg, you're probably going to want to get some different, more heavy-duty gear, because as you go to Oldberg and the quarry, and especially Bear, you're definitely going to need the heavier-duty equipment, carp rod, possibly, sturdier reeler, obviously. I mean, this one is a 6.5 kilogram, so what is that, probably roughly around 14-15 pounds if you're doing conversion. So what we want to do today is we want to really focus on getting at least one of the feeder fishing rods here. So it is 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just trying to figure out which would be best for us here. Gudgeon typically don't bite during the night, or not gudgeon, sorry, bleak. So to go there now, I don't think would be to our best use of time. But what we could do, because well, let's try it. We might be able to catch some rough. Is there a rough? Cafe's over here. I'm still in my head. I'm in another spot. So the cafe, of course, is where we come to see what fish we want to maybe potentially catch, and then turn around and sell. If we can complete an order, like for example, the rough, we can get 5 rough, and each one of those is at least 44 grams. Then we come back here, we sell them, we get 25.94 silver, which is really great, especially when you're small, first starting out, new player levels. Chinese sleepers would be good, although typically they don't bite at night. So bream and white bream typically will bite at night. However, we can't get up far enough with the float rod equipment that we currently have. So what we're going to do is let's try. We'll try for rough here, see if we can get our float out far enough that we might be able to get there's a ledge that is right here on the edge. Let's see. Oh, we don't have a map. Well, that's the first thing we need to do. I thought we'd done that last episode, but it doesn't look like we did. So let's quickly go get a map from the administration building. Always want to make sure you get a map. The importance of the map, obviously, is 1, it's going to show you the layout of the body of water you're fishing on, but 2, it also shows you the depths of the various spots within the map, or within the lake. So we're going to 3 silver, if we want that. Okay, so let's head back out here. Let's take a look at the map here. So you can see there's this shelf right here. So it's 1 meter deep here, 1.5 meter deep here, but if we can get to that right there, anywhere along here, we should be able to maybe get in far enough. We might be able to catch some rough if we can get it down deep enough. So let's head back over here again. Oh, lost my way again. There we go. Too far up. So what we want to try to do is base our search here off the map to where we're close enough that we can probably get. Let's see, how far would we get here? We might be able to get out there. And it's what? How far was it? 3.5 meters. Let's see what we can do here. See if we get down. We'll go 3 meters. See what happens here. So if we get out there far enough, we should be just a 0.5 meter off the bottom here. And we got a worm on there, so. And unfortunately, even with casting as far as we did, that is not going to work. So let's try over here. Still not deep enough for us, so let's come over here. And we may not be able to do it. It's just something that I thought we would try. Nope, can't get out there far enough. So let's go ahead and bring our float back down. So it's 1.5 meters here, based upon what I was seeing on the map. So let's take it down to 1 meter. The other thing that I watched that gave me some new knowledge here is when our float goes down. I know in the last episode I said, look, look straight up and left mouse click that way, but we weren't catching or hooking as many as I thought we would. So what we'll do is instead is when we get a bite, we'll click it and we'll actually go and point it to the right to set the hook a little bit better. I tried that during the stream, and that did seem to work quite a bit better there. So hopefully we can catch a rough here, a few rough. That would be nice. So there's 2 phases to the bite here, so we're in phase 1. So you can see that sets the hook quite a bit better. Common roach, not quite what we were wanting for our. Let's see what people are catching the rough on here. Mosquito Lake. And let's see here, rough. Looks like maggots, worms, red worms, bloodworm. It's like a little bit of everything. So if we don't catch one here in a moment, we'll switch over to maggots and see if we can get some of that rough there. 25 silver would be very nice to have in this case. So, and then what we'll do is, morning that we'll travel over to Winding Rivulet, and we'll go ahead and see if we can catch some of those bleak. Because what I'd like to do for you guys is show you how the bottom fishing works. Also show you, how to manage the float fishing and the bottom fishing together. If we don't get a bite here in a moment, we'll switch over to the maggots and try the maggots here. Ruffe typically like to hang very close to the bottom, so doesn't look like anything's too interesting. So let's go ahead and get a maggot on there instead. And it looks like it's going to be slow as be here. Let's see if we get down to 1.5 meters. Let's see if we can get something there. Once again, that Z key will zoom in and allow you to see your bait a little bit better. Looks like still not getting much activity here. Let's go ahead and move a little bit further down here. It's kind of the situation here when nighttime fishing. It's challenging to get onto the fish at night when you're using a float rod. This is where bottom fishing comes in very handy because you can target multiple species. Here we're trying to really get just one, which is the Ruffe. So I don't think here. You know, we might be able to get that bobber down there far enough. Let's go ahead and try 2.5 meters and see what happens. No, so 2.5 meters is too far down. Let's try 2.25 meters. So 2¼ meters we can get down there. Let's see, maybe entice a rough there. It's kind of sitting on the bottom. You can see it's not, our bobber's not exactly sitting vertical. But let's see if there's something there. Using the Telestick is pretty challenging to get any distance, unfortunately. It's very close fishing rod, but when you try to get some distance, because you can only flip it out there, it doesn't get a lot of distance for you. Let's go ahead and bring that up just a tad more. I don't think we have red worms. Yeah, we don't. Just regular worm right now. We could certainly go get some red worms from the shop, but once again, the goal here is try to conserve some of that silver so we can get one of the bottom feeding rods as quick as we can. Already at 2:30 in game. And I'm not thinking there's going to be a bite here either. We should have already kind of had one come around. So let's move down here a little bit further. To the bottom feeding rod, I would probably put a little clip on here, like a 10-meter clip, and I'll show you guys how to do that once we get our first feeder rod. And probably just catch the heck out of these rough, but I think we're just not able to quite get out far enough, even though we're in that 3.5 meter zone, or fairly close to it at least. Just not quite, I think, far enough to get them to bite. Let's, just to try, let's see if we can entice them with a worm here. And let's see if we go to 2 and 2.15, it's still too deep. That's how I know I'm not getting out quite out there far enough. Something might be trying to play with it there. So let's see here. Wasn't quite able to take that bobber down, so it might have been sitting just a little too close to the. Alright, let's see. No. Didn't have it like I thought he did. Just starting to get a little few bites here and there. Usually when they pull it down like that and they start pulling it away, they're usually on there well enough that you can hook them. So I probably should have swung my bobber the other, or the rod to the left instead of the right to set the hook. So let's see what happens here. Let's give it a little longer here in the phase one of the bite here. Just not. So you can see right there, 2 meters is it's just not quite deep enough there. Must be a little divot or hole right here that we're getting into. Oh, we'll keep working at it here. I think the biggest issue that we're having here is we just have too much slack line below that bobber, even though he's running away with it there. So I dropped that down just a little bit more, down to 1.5. I don't know if we'll see an increase in bite here. If we don't catch anything by 6, then we'll head over to Whiny Rivulet and start our search for the Bleak. So I'd really like to show you guys how that works. I don't think don't think we're going to get anything here. So let's go ahead. We'll sell our roach, even though he's not going to be worth anything. And then we'll head over to Winding Rivulet. The first thing that'll happen when we hit the Winding Rivulet, because we haven't completed yet, will be the spin fishing tutorial. And we'll probably just do that real quick, and then we'll get right into fishing for the bleak. Full silver. That's not too bad. All right, let's head over to Winding Rivulet. Now, Winding Rivulet is a great bottom feeding location, but typically is one of your best hotspots for spin fishing. So if you're into spin fishing, or you think that's where you want to take your character and specialize in, this would be the place to start building up your skill points in that. So keep that in mind. But we're going to do some float fishing here and see what we can pull out of here. Once again, we're going to focus on the bleak just because it should be a quick bite, and we should be able to, you know, when they're worth 1 to 4 silver. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the spin tackle. We're going to go the river to the left of the bridge here. Oh, he wants us to go back over here. Alright. So let's click and get this done. Let's see here. We got our lure on there. Chrono 60L. That should be installed with the spinning reel, line lure, and we'll pick up the line. That tells us to adjust the friction brake to 25, which is your middle mouse scroll. And then it wants to adjust the speed to 10. So you hold down the R key. Once again, you can use the mouse wheel up or down. And when it says we're ready to cast, so. And we caught our first fish. Looks like a perch. Okay, so that's the very basics of that. So what we are going to do is come down here and break our foot rod, and then we want to get a closer inspection of this. So I don't know, do we have anything smaller than 14? Let's see. 14, 14, 16, but that's that rusty hook. So we're going to have to use the 14. Excuse me. And we're going to put on maggots. Pick that up. What we're going to do is drop our bobber all the way down as low as we can, which I think is 17 centimeters. Yep. And then about a 50%, a little further than that. Maybe 60% since we're starting out here. Yeah, that's a little too far, but let's see what happens here. You can see there's a current there. We're just letting it drift with that current. I didn't pull that out too fast. Alright, let's get back in there. That's about where we want to be, right there. There's a fish. And what do we get? Roach. Well, it's not even mark a roach, so it's not going to be worth anything to us, unfortunately. We are after the bleak. Another roach looking at it. This one's a little bit bigger, though. This might be a marker. Up here. Oh, chub. Nice, we leveled up with that. What we may have to do, we may have to get some smaller hooks. Another roach. Marker at least. If we don't, that's too far out. If we don't catch a bleak here on the next cast or two, what we're going to do is go get a smaller, smaller hook. Because we really should be able to catch these bleak. Did you get them? I did get them. It looks like it could be a bleak. It is. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Marker bleak. And already got our float fishing up to 11%, which is great. We didn't get our hands on him. Well, let's see here what we could do. It's kind of interesting when you get your bobber that close, you can actually see the fish come up and grab it. And I don't think I mentioned in the previous one, but one day in game is, or 1 hour in real life is in real time is 1 day, full day in game. So keep that in mind as you're planning out your fishing. We get fairly close for these bleak. They're not competing with other fish along the way here. It's a little too close, it's dragging the bottom. Exactly what you're looking. So if you look down at the bottom there of the bar, drifting with current, that's exactly what method we want here for this. So it may just be that bleak aren't in this area right now. Our hook size might be just a little too big. So let's go ahead and let's figure that out. So let's head back up here to the shop real quick. I don't think we have a map for Winding Rivulet either. Okay, so let's grab a map while we're at it. So once again, administration bill is where you get your map. And let's go ahead and get some smaller hooks. Let's see, we want to go ahead, classic hook. I tried, I know a lot of people don't like the red hooks so much. Tiny hooks are probably, these happy hooks are one of my favorites. It looks like we gotta be level 8 to use them though, so. We can get a size 20. Let's get a size 20 here, and let's get a size 18. Got a little experimentation going here. Oh, let's top off our baits while we're here as well. Red worm, holy cow, 503. Looks like they're completely not available with silver. Let's get another 30 maggots. bunch of bloodworms. Let's get 30 bloodworms, just in case the Bleak are on a little rampage here. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop that down to a 20 hook now. And we're going to see if that does any more for us here. And we'll put the maggot back on there. No, maggot. That looks like that worked. Should be Bleak right off the bat here. So I can figure out where he went to. Where'd he go? No. Yep, exactly what we're looking for. Beautiful. I don't know if that was a Bleak or a Gudgeon. That looked like it almost could have been a Gudgeon. Gudgeons, we don't want so much. Just because they're not, they don't fetch as much of silver. So. Like another one here. Okay, so that one's not a marker, so he's not going to be, and it's great that we caught that. So when we go to sell these fish, you'll see what I mean. That is a chub, maybe? Small chub. I throw a bloodworm on here and see if that is a little more appealing to the Alright, so let's try the bloodworm this time. See if that's a little more appealing to our friends here. What do we get here? A dace? Oh, Chinese sleeper. Nice. Unexpected, but we'll take him. Got there a little too far this time. Oh, dace. Dace isn't bad, but also we need those markers on them as well. Yeah, so the dace are liking the bloodworms quite a bit, it looks like. Still not able to pull any markers out yet. What if we bump that up to that 18 hook, if that would make a difference? So let's try that here in a second. Like a crucian to me. A common roach. Alright. So let's bump this up. Oh, bump this to the 18 hook. Let's see what happens with that. And let's go back to the maggot. Got another roach, it looks like. Oh, gibble. Alright. I got a little bit of everything here right now. What? The maggots. Oh. Didn't set the hook correctly on that one. He didn't have it, he was just toying with it. Gosh darn it. Now we're just striking out here. Let's get that back out there. Another chub. So it looks like our friends, the Bleak, have moved out of here. We may have to go downstream a little bit. Oh, as I say that, there's one of our Bleaks right there. These fish are funny. So another marker Bleak, so excellent. Catch a few more of those, that'd be my day just fine. Okay, well, let's give that one more toss out here. Let's see what we can do. There's another Bleak, excellent. Oh, it's going to go too close. Let's see if we can get a few more of these here. Then we'll go over to the shop and I can show you guys. That's certainly a bit like a Bleak, so I bet that's what that was. Another little gibble. Non-marker gibble there. I think that might be too close. We're gonna have to. We managed to hook up on something there. Another bleak, very small one. So if we look at our bleak here, let's see here. So we've only caught 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 that are going to be at least a silver. The other 2 are not. They'll be under that. So have to kind of see. Try to catch a couple more here is what I'd like to do. Then we'll. Yeah, I checked that the wrong way. Get these small ones now. Gosh darn. I don't want that. I want the bigger ones. But you can see pretty much still, because we're new enough in float fishing, almost every marker fish has given us a point in our float fishing. So there we go. So you can see right there we just get another point. So we're at 13.9. Now that will slow down. That unfortunately will not happen with every fish you catch, and it takes a lot more work. But you want to definitely get those up so you can use either different rods or different fishing techniques. All that is necessary in this game. So, but let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's go show the difference here real quick. First of all, always stop at the cafe. Once again, I know I've said that 100 times. I'll probably keep saying that. So we did catch one Chinese sleeper. It needed 2, so we can't sell that. Rough, nothing there. So none of the fish that we actually caught fetch us anything there. So let's see here. So let's break this down just by bleak. So you can see, let's do by weight. So you can see there's 1, 2 of them over 4 silver. And then we've got one at 3, a little over 3, and 1 over 2, and then 1 1. So for just these 5 fish is 15 silver. Not too bad, not too bad, especially if you can get into them and start just getting them out quickly. You can see here, anything less than a marker, 3, 3, 3, 3. So then we go to all fish. Let's see. So this chub actually 7 silver, which is very nice for us. These couple roaches, a little over a silver. Everything else is going to be under. So we'll just sell all that. Another 10 silver. So unfortunately, we still only have 105 silver, so we still can't get our bottom feeder run. Let's go down here a little bit, though. There's another bleak spot down here that I've had success with in the past. Let's see. Might be out there a little too far. Yeah. The spot is not doing so hot today. Let's see. Change up the bait. See if that intrigues them at all. Oh, we missed him again. Gosh darn it. Let's see here. Like there's something toying with it there. I still missed him. Oh my heck. Well, let's just do it this way then. I have to use the other technique for right here. Is that a dace? I guess we will never know. Do we need to... let's try the smaller hook here again. They are certainly not as active, although it is getting closer to nighttime, so... you know what? Let's just do this then. Let's just have a little fun. Sneak out through here. Meters are our longest cast. Well, there you go. Before it gets dark, let's see if we can maybe catch a few fish off the spinning gear here. No? Doesn't seem to be interested right here, at least with this lure. Okay, well, let's move down a little bit further. Actually, I know where we can go with this. Let's put that away. There's a log that crosses the river. And when you fish kind of around that area below it with the spinners, they usually go crazy for it. Let's see what we can do here. This actually marks the spot where kind of the river ends for us to play at least. So let's see what we can do here. There we go. Looks like a decent sized perch there. Marker perch, take that. Another decent sized fish here. What do we got here? Is this a pike? No, it doesn't look like a pike. What is that, a chub? Nice. Marker chub, we'll take that. I have caught asp out of here before too, so be another nice little fish to target right here. Let's see what we get, a perch. You can see we got our spin fishing almost up to 1%. I only got a few more minutes left of spin fishing, fortunately. Usually spin fishing, once it gets dark, they turn off unless you got different lures that are attracted at night. And we may be at the tail end of it, actually, here. We'll give it one more good cast out here and see what we can come up with. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Got a big old fish there. Oh, chub it looks like. There we go, level 8. We're at 1% on that, so that's a great place to, I think, wind up here. Let's go sell our fish. We'll use the food cantina here. I think for our next episode, we're going to go ahead and just kind of grind that out until we get to that first feeder rod set up so that we can start fishing for that. And then once we get one, obviously we're going to continue to save and get two. But I'd like to go ahead and start delving into making ground bait, obviously, because once we have our first rod, you know, we're going to need probably some ground bait. So well, let's see what we got here. Okay, catch anything there. So you can see there was a nice eyed order in there, or not eyed, but bleak. So So let's see, we got $6.15, $1.44, and $2.34. So almost 10 silver there again. So, well, everybody, thank you so much again for joining me for another episode of Russian Fishing 4. I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I enjoyed providing it. I really get a love and enjoyment out of this type of gaming. And I really enjoyed the responses that you guys are giving on that first episode, as well as the other outdoor gaming series that we have on the channel. So thank you again so much for love and support. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure to go ahead and please leave a like, as well as if you're enjoying the channel as a whole, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how much more you guys would like to see in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the bell notification so you can be alerted when new videos hit the channel. So, as usual, everybody, thank you again so much, and until next time, take care.